I know what it is to have no money. I know what it is to go through divorce. I know what it is to be lost. Uh, I know what it is to change careers. I know what it is to lose parents. Oh my God, I've just experienced a lot, So the wounded healer, you have to heal your own wounds so that you can heal others, and also be aware of your unhealed wounds so
Mhm.
that they do not negatively impact another that you're working with.
This brings me to the conversation I had with you last week with shadow work.
Yes.
Again, shadow, darkness, that a
Yeah.
lot of us in our healing journey need to deal with our shadow, right? And I'm putting together a course so that there's guidance in that because it's a wide open world that a lot of us don't know anything about. Healing our inner child, dealing with our past traumas. That shadow work is deep and it's hard and it's painful, but
Yes.
to have a group to go through that with, I think is everything. To have meetings once a week to be like, okay, this is where we are. You don't have to divulge too much, but I don't you think that is a more productive way to go about dealing with your shadow work?
Yes, but it's so interesting. I had a lovely client last week, and she's just soaring. She's just soaring. And she says, I recommended you to such and such a person, and you are such a gift. And I'm just so sad that they didn't continue to work with you. I said, and so that we did our breath work to where a lot of her very unsettling, sad, dark, painful situations are coming up that she was unconsciously carrying and living out, which was holding her back from really being her completely prosperous, whole, healed self. And I reminded her, I said, you know how in Shawshank Redemption, I said, you remember how he got to freedom? She says, no. I said he had to break through and go through the sewage system, his
Yes.
own shit and pee. Who wants to go through that? Everybody doesn't have the courage, the fortitude, the determination to walk through your own shit and pee. And that's why we don't heal. And I have had, do you know how many people I witness that we finally break the case, like, oh, da 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 da. And
Mhm.
you know what they do the next session?
Regress.
Run, never come back.
But that's
Never
the one.
come back.
Why? Because sometimes people get stuck in their shit, right? They get stuck in
Yeah.
the whirlwind of I'm in such a victim and they want to stay there. And when
Yes, it's
you solve it, they don't want that.
no, because it's familiar. And number two, like I said, it's daunting. Who wants to walk through all of that? That is not your average person. That's pain. Pain is pain.
Yeah.
And when we work with Me to Grow, sometimes we got to go there and get that psychological tumor out. We got to get that bacteria out.
Did I ghost you?
I am not answering that question.